everybody, welcome back to CCSabers. Today we have the Ventress Bad Batch set. We're going to go over everything that's going to be included in your hard case here. There you go. Thank you, Carl. But we have our two hilts here. So you have 1, 2. We have our 2 charging cables with 2 hex keys, gloves. We have our manuals here. So manual 1, manual 2, and then we have our blades here. Comes with 2 blades. And then we also have this connecting piece along with 2 blade plugs like so. And finally the display stand as well. But that's everything that's going to be in the box. But now let's take a closer look at this saber. So now let's look at the saber in total. Sorry, I had something in my throat. But we have our grip section, we have our emitter on one end, and then we also have our pommel just to simplify everything. But this has just like a really cool design because it's pretty much almost fully curved. It's just so cool, like when you hold it from the side. But it has like these really cool black details on the emitter. And we also have the inside of the emitter. Another cool thing is that with this connector, all you gotta do is take off these 2 pieces on either side, put the connector in, and it can make one whole saber. I gotta just mention this. Please don't use this for combat because the connector is very delicate. So please don't use it. If you're gonna have it connect, please use it only for display use. But that's pretty much all of, like, the cool features simplified. But like as we go just from top to bottom, it's just such a cool simplistic saber. And I've never seen like a full like saber like this besides the Ahsoka. But it's just like overall really cool. But I'm going to show you inside at the chassis now. This is post-edit Audrey here. Just wanted to say that you can't actually get to the chassis from what I know, but the main function is the SM pixel board, and it houses all of the functions that you need for the saber. But let's get back to the video. So now I'm going to show you some of the functions of the saber. First, we gotta turn it on. So if it's already off or in standby mode, all you gotta do is hold it to turn it on. But I already did that, so now I'm going to turn it on like so. So like much like our other sabers, you can change the preset, the color, and the clash on and off. But I'm just going to show you a couple. So you have the blast deflection just by clicking it. You have the lockup just by holding it for a quick second. You can hear the sound during the lockup. And then just click it to stop. And then you let it flash twice to change the color. So 1, 2. Nope, that's still the lockup. 1. There we go. Now change the color. So once you agree to that color, it will change to that color. I don't know if you can see on my hand, but it's a different color. And then I'm going to just show you some of the features when it's off. So with the TXQ, unlike the A9, all you got to do is hit it.
Volume low.
Well, you hold and hit it. So like so. It just tells you the battery percentage for your battery. But I can't do it right, but that is a feature that I recently found a couple weeks ago. But here's another one, so all you gotta do is hold and it can change the preset.
Volume high.
You can change the preset, trust me. But that is pretty much it. You can change the preset, you can have the clash and clash effect off, you can turn it on, you can change the color. There is so many things about this that it's just hard to put into like words and just showing it on camera. Because with these ones that don't have like a light, you just gotta kind of make a guess, so be aware of that. But that is pretty much all the functions of the saber. Well, there is no blade in it. Now let's put a blade in so that you guys can see what it looks like with some of the features when there is a blade in it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to put the blades into the hilts. First, we gotta find out where the screws are. So 1 here and 1 here. So all we gotta do is just loosen it like so with the hex key that has been provided. one. And then take our blade. You will have like a 7.5-inch blade, but I'm just using the short one for now to demonstrate. And then boom. And done. And I will be back in a second with the second blade in. Now that I have both blades in, let's take a look at some of these features while they are on. So first is the blast deflection. Don't know if you guys can see it, but we have the blast deflection on either one. And then we also have the lockup, so hold for half a second. So now you can probably see at the tip here, on this one, it has the lockup going. And then pretty much some of the other features when it's off, let's turn it off just by holding the buttons, is the change style, so the ignition type and the blade style. So this one I'm going to do the ignition, this one I'm going to do the blade style. So all you gotta do is like hold for 2 seconds. So like 1, 2.
Unstable blade.
So, oh, that's for the unstable blade. So we're gonna try. So that is the blade, unstable blade there. So I'm gonna turn it off before, oh Jesus. Okay, but that is the unstable blade. And then if you want the ignition type to change, so you gotta do 1 second.
Mute.
Well, that's the mute.
Volume high.
So 1.
Sputtering ignition.
So that's the ignition. I don't know if you guys saw, but let's try again with a different ignition type. So
volume low. Mute. Volume high.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that the volume's high. So
standard ignition.
So that's the standard ignition. So that's pretty much like the different types of the ignition styles that you can do. And like you saw, we also have the motion controls to turn on and off. And then we have some other features when it's turned on. So like you could change the blade color. So hold for like 2. Sorry, that was the lockup. So hold for like 2. And now we change the blade color as well. So now we have this pink color. But that is some of the features when this blade is on. But now I'm going to show you how you put these two sabers together. Now I'm going to show you how to put these two sabers together. As you can see, there's these little covers at the bottom of the hilt. I already removed them just to make the process a little bit easier, but they are going to be stuck pretty much to the bottom, and it will take a little bit of oomph to remove these, but that is the first step. Second step is you gotta take your connector piece here and then find which one has the spring-loaded saber, which is not this one. It is this one here. So it's spring-loaded, so all you gotta do is align it. And then you gotta push and twist to the right. So now that you have your hilt, when you remove the 2 screws on the bottom, there's going to be a spring. Carl, please demonstrate. Once you put the connector in, all you gotta do is twist it to the right, and that's it. Then take your other hilt and then align it like so. Once it's aligned, all you gotta do is twist for it to connect. And that's how you assemble the saber as a whole. Well, that looks like it's the end of the video. If you want to click another one right up here, it shows that you like this video and you want to see more. And don't forget to hit that like button and comment and share. It helps us out and it lets you know what other videos lets us know what other videos that you want us to see. Well, that you want to see from us. But that is pretty much it, and I'll see you in another video. Subscribe. Bye.